Hello again, guys. It's your girl, Shanita. So, yesterday I made a post about being tested, and I'm pretty sure some people have some questions about, like, why would they want to test you and, you just ask them for help and they let you in their house so freely, so openly. Why would they want to test you? So, let me give you a little bit of backstory, okay? So, like I said, I am from Alabama, and I went to Virginia with my brother. So this is gonna be hard. Okay, so when I was young, I dealt with a lot. I dealt with a lot of stuff. I had a lot of anger, a lot of just ugh, and it's tough. So as when I got older and I started having children of my own, I did a lot of things to, in my mind, it was to protect my children, my daughter specifically. I just, I didn't want her to have to carry the weight of a lot of the burdens and the things that I've had to deal with. Molestation, number one. So, as they grew up, I was I was not leaving my children with anyone that I could not trust. If I could not find or get the person that I felt I could trust to watch my kids, I wasn't going to work. Period. I wasn't going to work. And as a result of this mindset that I had, I lost a lot of jobs. I got fired a lot. I got evicted and put out a lot. And, you know, the people that were around me who I felt were supposed to love me, nobody ever asked me, like, what's wrong or what's going on or none of that. And also, I didn't feel safe back then. I didn't feel safe to talk about what had happened. And a large part of me not feeling safe talking about what had happened was because those same people that I thought were supposed to love and protect me told me that, and if you know me, you know I've always had a gap in my teeth. I've always had a gap. And at the ripe old age of 47, I have braces. Okay? So some wounds cut really deep. But my point is, I was told when I was young that the reason I had a gap was because I was just a big ass liar. And I was told this more than once and from multiple people. So being young and confused, I internalized that. And I felt like if I open my mouth and say something, ooh, y'all, I'm not finna cry. I felt like if, as soon as I open my mouth, people are gonna look at me and say, well, she just a big ass liar because she got that big ass gap in her mouth. Because that's what I always been told. So after a while, I just stopped trying to explain. I just stopped. And as I got older, I was just like, it's gonna be whatever. Whatever I gotta do, I gotta do. If that mean I gotta sleep in my car, then that's what we're gonna be. We're gonna be in my car. And we did. We did that. I remember mornings waking up in the car with my kids, going to the gas station so they could wash their face and brush their teeth, and I could hurry up and get them to school so they could get breakfast. Did you see? And this whole time, in my mind, I'm still protecting my kids because Once I started having kids, I was just in survival mode. All I wanted was to make sure that they didn't have to carry the baggage that I have to carry. So, long story short, after so many years of just struggling and evictions and unemployment, some people in my family decided that the only thing that could be going on with me is that I must be a crackhead, that I had to be smoking crack. And so, unbeknownst to me, this rumor had been circulated through the family. So when I did come, and I did ask for help one night, I asked one of my aunts if I could stay at her house one night. And she said yes. But she also let me stay in her garage on the floor. She gave me a flat sheet and a pillow, and she put me in the garage. And I didn't have nowhere to go. I didn't have no money to pay for no room, and I had got my kids situated for that night, so they were safe. But I was so tired, and I just wanted to go to sleep, you know? So she put me in the garage, and I stayed there. But she woke me up at 4:30, 5 o'clock that morning telling me I had to leave. I'll never forget that. Anywho, so I'm pretty sure that if this story had been circulating, and it had to be going on for years, that people had been assuming shit about me, that this story had to get to my brother. So when I got there, I didn't know that he thought I was a crackhead. So this is why I feel like they tested me as much as they did. And, you know, I keep saying they, but I don't think most of the testing, most of the pressing, you know, most of the crushing, it came from his wife, not from him. And that's a whole nother bag of worms, baby. We're going to have to get into that on another date. But, yeah. So that's what happened. And I bullshit you not. I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of bad decisions. But if I had to do it all over again, under the same circumstances, it would have went the same way. Because today, my daughter, she don't have that kind of baggage. And that means the world to me. And she got some other shit she got to deal with, because, you know, your girl I wasn't giving. I smiled, but, you know I didn't do all the right things, and a lot of stuff that I did do, I did it because in my mind, it came from a place of protection. But hurt people, and I was hurt, and I'm for sure I did some damage. I hurt some people. I know I did. But when you know better, you do better. You can't give what you ain't got. And I didn't have it back then. So, guys, if this is interesting to you, if it touched you in any type of way, go ahead, leave a comment, because, we need to talk about it. People like to, in my generation, what goes on in this house stays in this house, and people don't want to talk about it. But I'm here to talk about it. And another thing, I was going to go, but no. Another thing that has been heavy with me is none of this that I'm saying, I don't intend for any of this to be like bashing or hurtful to anybody in my family. I am simply speaking on my experience of these people. Now, when it comes to me and my mama, we good. We good. I am so blessed that I had the opportunity to speak with my mother about what happened to me. And I mean, by the grace of God, she sat and she listened, and she didn't cut me off. She didn't try to defend herself, and she didn't have answers or explanations for everything that happened. She did not. But the fact that she listened to me, she didn't question me. She just said that she knew something was wrong because, like, she could pinpoint when I started changing, like really changing. And I could respect that. I choose not to stay angry. I choose not to dwell in that sad, bitter, angry place. I've been there too long. Like, I told my mom, it really, now at the ripe old age of 47, again, it hurts me more just knowing how many years I've wasted being angry, not being able to talk about it. And I don't want to waste no more time. I choose to be happy. I choose to forgive. There is no point, there is no benefit in finger pointing and playing the blame game. For what? What is it going to benefit me or anybody at this point in your life? You can't go back and change it. What's done is done. So I choose not to be angry. Don't argue with me. Argue with your mama. Argue with your besties. Because I'm not the one. I choose not to be angry. I choose to forgive. I choose to let that shit go. So, your girl is good. I'm happy now. I am truly happy. I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with my life. And I really feel like if I had never left Alabama, I would never have found what I found out here, in here, out here. Okay. So, yeah, if you like my content, if you like what I have to say, you want to hear more, please subscribe. Like I said before, drop a comment. Let's talk about it. And until next time, bye.